This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity in Business Podcast. These are 12 of the stories that we're following today, and it's midday, and even just at midday, a lot of what's going on in the markets has changed already today. So let's go through these 12 stories. First, the markets are slightly down today, even after a higher inflation report than expected for January. That's fairly good news that they haven't cratered based on the higher inflation report. I think the markets sort of got used to the fact that Chairman Powell won't cut rates that quickly. Second, Lyft is down about 3%, which is better than where it was this morning when it was down double digits. It's at a spot where it's got lower bookings than expected, which is bad for their business. Related to that, Tesla was down 5% pre-market, and it's the worst performing of the Magnificent Seven to date, but it's up currently and moving in the right direction, up a few percent. Again, it's had a tough year so far, but recovering some today. Third, Fed Chairman Powell, who I think is one of the brightest guys out there, says essentially that mortgages may become impossible to get in certain parts of the country where insurance is almost impossible to get. If you can't get insurance, you can't get a mortgage, and thus it leaves us with a real problem. Fourth, hedge fund savant Ken Griffin is blasting President Trump over tariffs. The beauty of Griffin is he's an equal opportunity articulator of his thoughts. He went after Governor J.B. Pritzker, a Democrat, hard in Illinois. He goes after President Trump, what he believes he deserves going after. And I like that a great deal about Ken Griffin. People that can afford to and are willing to speak their mind. Fifth, a few of the stocks that really took it on the chin yesterday, Astera Labs, which we're a direct holder of, Sweet Green, the fast casual restaurant, Soundhound, and Doximity. Now, one of my friends has made so much money off Soundhound that I almost welcome it going down just a little bit because I don't want to hear about how much it's going up all the time since he's bought it. Sixth, Carlyle Group, the big private equity fund, dropped out 3.5% yesterday. Again, the big private equity funds sooner or later have to find some exits again at profits to really thrive in the long run. Seventh, Humana dropped more than 3% yesterday and faces higher medical loss ratios. That's what's going on with Humana. Eighth, Coca-Cola Company beat on earnings. Again, thrilled that I'm a direct owner in Coca-Cola, so that's good news. Rival Pepsi is down 16% year to date. Ninth, Intel rose 6% yesterday. It seems like forever since we've reported that. 10th, we're really thankful to two people, Tim Duty of Allied Digestive Health and Alyssa Whitmore, who were two of our first listeners on the Becker's Healthcare and Becker Private Equity podcast, and texted me yesterday. Each of them earned their $100 gift certificates there, and thank you so much for being the first to text on those episodes, Tim Duty and Alyssa Whitmore. I'll add another concept today. If you're the first to text me at 773-766-5322, I will send you a $100 Amazon gift certificate. You can't be Alyssa or Tim who got it yesterday. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. 11th story we're following, the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast is ranked third today out of all Business News podcasts, according to Apple. Always thrilled to see that. 12th, a Cushnet company. And this is listed in golf on the stock exchanges. They own Titleist and FootJoy. Jumped more than 7% yesterday. But overall, JP Morgan sees them having weaker revenues this year and downgraded them. My golf game, not just the sales of Cushnet, are also facing perilous times with a good deal of the problems associated with my putting and short game right now. P.S. As much as I hate losing money in the markets, I really hate losing money to some of my close friends on the golf course. Today's shout out there goes to Gary Cole, who took some of my money yesterday. He's having an easy time taking my money this year. But don't worry, I'll be back. Right now, I've been useless to my playing partners. It is what it is, but I will be back. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast.